Hello. So you've made your flip video and you're really looking for some accountability for students when they watch their video, and you really want to gather some information to inform your instruction moving forward. So, well, if you saw my previous video, you can add the video as a question or an assignment into Google Classroom. But another great option is putting your video into a Google form. That way, students will be able to access the video from Google Classroom, look at it in the form, and be able to answer the questions right there. So I'll take you through a few steps on how you can do that. The one thing I want you to be mindful of is that if you're adding your video to a Google form, you should upload that video to YouTube, and of course make sure the sharing settings are anyone with a link can view, or unlisted, I think is how it does it in YouTube. So let's go in. I'll tell you how to make a form directly in Classroom, and then also from your drive and add it. So if you want to do it directly from Google Classroom, just come to your classwork page and you can create a new quiz assignment. Doesn't necessarily have to be counted as a quiz, but this will give you the form. So I can put over here, and I'll just put my title, flipped video example. That'll work. And I can give any instructions to my students, and then you'll see I have a form over here. I'm just going to add my topic just so I can keep it organized, and I can assign a point value. So I can go in and click where it says blank quiz, and it's going to fill up my Google Forms right over here. So I can give this a name, and I'll just call this flipped form test. That way I know what it is. And there we go. Give it a title. And the first thing I can do is add my video. So I can click on the add video. And then I can just take the URL from my video. So I'll just copy my URL. And I can come back over to my form and paste it in. So once I select that video, give it a little title, and now I can go through with my questions, and I can do either multiple choice questions, or I can do short answer, paragraph, checkboxes. So determining the questions and the way you'd like your students to answer them, you can set up the form. So I'm just going to put question 1, and then, excuse my spelling, and then I will make this a paragraph. That will give them a longer window in order to type their answer. And then I can require them to answer the question. I can also do a sample multiple choice question. Wow, sorry folks, my spelling's not great today. And then I can give my answers here, and again, this is just sample, so I can go through quickly for this video. What's really neat is I can go in and I can put this as a grading in a self-grading form. So I can put on my answer key, I can choose the correct answer, and I can give, I'll make that work 5 points, and I can even do that for my short answer as well, and just give a point value. So this could be a graded, or you don't have to put any point values in it as well. So once that's all set, you'll see your form is created. So when I go back to my Google assignment, I have that form already set up, and I can go forward and I can assign that out to my students. So now when they get it, the form will be here with the video and the checks for understanding over here. So that's how I can do it right from Google Classroom. And I'm just going to delete that out of there so it doesn't confuse anyone. The other way is I can go in right into my drive, and I can hit new, come down to more, and hit Google Forms. And I can go through the same process that I did before. Give it a title, and I can go through with my questions and build it out that way. The only thing is, if I want this to be self-graded with points, I would just need to come up to the settings, make it a quiz, and turn that on, and I can choose my settings right over there. So when I'm all set to distribute this to students, and here's another thing too, if you want to know who's filling it out, make sure you hit collect all email addresses. That will require them to sign in. Or you can also put in your first question to be name, and that way you know who's submitting it. So to get it out to students, I can either hit send and I can give them a link to it, or I can go to my Google Classroom, my digital learning space, create the assignment, and then I can attach that form from my Google Drive. So that's a great way of getting your flip video out to your students, and then having some checks for understanding.